Hey guys, welcome back to the Toy Notes studio with me and the salt-powered robot kit from Green Science. 2017 is going to see a large surge in hands-on play, science-based play, and robotics. So this combines all of those, and I'm super excited by it. Basically, we're going to build a robot and then power it on salt water, which is just awesome. And it teaches kids about science, it teaches about robotics with your hands, you working with your hands. And what's the best part? You're not in front of a screen. So without further ado, why don't you guys come in closer? Let's go ahead and build a salt-powered robot. All right, it's time to open our salt-powered robot. Get rid of that shrink wrapping. And there's a little piece of tape here. All right. So I've got all the parts here and my instructions. So building him, let's see how crazy this gets. Woo! Okay, this is a little pipette for your salt water. We've got some wheels with electrodes, some little chips, all kinds of small things. So I'm thinking what might be better is to bring you guys a little closer and have you look at it downwards. That way you can see all the pieces as we're putting it together. This doesn't offer you a great view of all the small pieces. So I kind of brought you guys over the tabletop so you could see all the pieces. This is all the pieces to your robot, the plastic portions. And then of course you've got the mechanical portions with the little wheels. And then I'm sure these will come into play with the power source. So our instructions are pretty basic. I'm going to do my best to walk through these here. They kind of unfold into a big step-by-step list. It's got a section but how it talks about how it works, which is kind of cool, so it's educational in that way. But it's got picture diagrams for putting it together. So I'm going to use those to put this together. First, I'm going to have to separate all of these out of the plastic casing, which is turning out to be pretty darn easy. They're not real fused in there. Kind of just popping out. Be careful with the arms because the arms are going to be a little bit more frail. There we go. There we go. So this is all emptied out. I've got my pieces out here. So it says number 1 is identifying the two ends of the chassis, which is this piece. And this is the chassis. So one end has a space for a small motor, which I believe is this end. And the other end has space for the axle. Okay, so this is a space for the small motor. They're here. And then there are clips for the axles underneath. So that's what where these come in. Oof. Be careful with those. Aw, those are the cutest little wheel axles ever. All right, so these are supposed to kind of snap into place, I think it said. Yep, okay, did you hear it? It snapped. There you go. So now the wheel is secured into the bottom of the chassis. So we're gonna snap, snap. Okay, so now we're moving. Okay, so we've got that part done. Now number 2 says take the motor, which is this piece here, in the 2 wires and slot the motor into position carefully, making sure that the gear on the motor interlocks with the gear on the axle. So the gear here, and then this is going to kind of slip inside. Okay, and then I don't know if you guys can see really well. I'm going to bring it up closer. Can you see how, yeah, there you go. You can see how they are interacting together. So we've done our job there. So number 3 is push the pin on the pivot into the hole on the upright as shown. So this is the upright and this is the pivot, so it's going to pin down, clip, and then it can pivot on that area. Okay, we're doing pretty good. Only got a few more to go. Clip the 2 arms to the upright. So the arms clip here. Is that right? Looks like it. Okay. So I feel like these arms are not, they don't bend and they are shaped the exact same way. And you can put them upside down, but the claws still face away from each other. But, okay. Maybe I've got the wrong claw end because that feels kind of loose. Doesn't really show very clearly how it goes. Okay, so that fits a little bit better. Let's see here if that does the trick. Ooh, nope, come off of there. And will it go like that? Okay, so there we go. Now we have 2 arms. See? 2 arms. It's starting to take shape and look like an actual robot. All right, so number 5, clip the bottom of the upright onto the center of the chassis. Ooh, I think I did that already. What was I supposed to do? Bottom of the upright into the center of the chassis, which I did. Was I supposed to do something else? Oh, I think this piece is supposed to go together. What is this little piece? This is the pivot. And goes into the hole of the upright. Like this. Oh, that's a little teeny tiny piece. A little runaway. Okay, so when we did the pivot, I had it wrong. This little piece was supposed to clip on, and then we were supposed to clip it. So we're already a step ahead. Identify the battery and push the terminal on the red wire into the slot. So the aluminum looking sheets are the batteries. So we have the batteries. Now it says identify the battery, push the terminal on. Oh boy, I don't understand. Now this is a battery lid and this is a battery base. So am I supposed to put the battery in the battery base? I'm not real clear. It doesn't say. And I don't see how this goes into any slot. Okay, so it's picturing this piece here. And then it's showing these two slots, and this is not the battery, but okay. So red wire on the R side, which is this side. This part of the instructions has become really unclear about what you're supposed to do, which I'm not thoroughly enjoying trying to troubleshoot. It doesn't clearly show. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Does it just slide in like that? It doesn't clip. Okay, so that's on the R side. And this is on the B side as shown on the instructions. So you can see, I'll bring it a little closer, see how we've got everything kind of assembled right now. Now it says this part is supposed to go up here on the pivot. Ooh, my goodness. Flew pieces at myself. Okay, so we're getting there. Grab the piece that I dropped. All right, now number 8 says push the 2 screws into the battery holder to be the eyes of the robot. And that is right here. There we go. See, he looks like he's got a little eye now. Ooh, they're kind of hard to push in. Okay, come on you. Go through like your buddy did. Ooh. Goodness gravy. Let me see. Get down in there. Oh my goodness, this is very hard to do. They tell you to push it in, but I don't think it's going to work. I know this screwdriver is probably too big, but I'm going to try screwing it in and see if that helps. It is too big. Okay. Let's get in there. Get in there. My goodness, I just... Well, he has wonky eyes because I can't get it to go in any farther. It's not made very well. So assembling the saltwater battery, at this point, we're going to put that in there like that. And then, oh, okay, so we've got this. We're going to put one side this way. We've got several layers. So we've got some little sheets and some carbon sheets, and we have to layer everything appropriately so that it'll work right in this little battery holder. so okay, so we only need one of the battery sheets. We were given 2. So we're just going to put one of these back, and that's just so you can use it a few times without issue. So you're going to put the aluminum sheet in the slide that says A, which is over here. Then you're going to take one of these white fabric sheets and put it on top, followed by a carbon sheet on the other side that says C. So just like that. Now you're going to clip this into the battery base and then put the battery lid on top. Try not to mess it up. This does not fit properly. Not like that. So I find this set rather frustrating because the instructions just like, yeah, just do this, but it's not that simple. You are really forcing these plastic pieces and they feel so frail. I just feel like I'm gonna break it. Okay, I forced it in. Hopefully that's correct. And here you go. We've got our little wonky-eyed salt water powered robot. Now I've got to go get some salt water. So once your little saltwater robot is all built and ready to go, the instructions are going to tell you to make a heavy salt solution, which means you're going to take a cup of water and you're going to stir salt in it until you are getting grains of salt that won't dissolve, which is where I'm at with this cloudy mixture. Then you are going to take your little pipette and you're going to put a few drops through the battery lid so that it soaks into the fabric. Now, being that it's already on a smooth surface, it should take off thereafter. All right, I think I'm pretty water saturated. But it's nothing happening. Nothing's happening. Squeeze a few drops of water through the battery lid so it soaks into the fabric. Put the robot on a smooth, flat surface. It's not working. Okay. Well, I've got plenty of water in there. Whew. It's running backwards, but it's going. Look at that. That is a fast little sucker too. I'm not really sure what I did differently, but it is a fast little sucker. I can't even get it to slow down a little bit. So it's running backwards, and I'm not sure if I did something wrong. I followed all the instructions, but it's working. Well, that's a cool little experiment. Well, guys, I was able to get my robot to be powered by salt water, even if he did go backwards. I thought it was pretty cool. The instructions were a little ambiguous as you kind of got through them, but I did figure it out, and I was able to make the battery work. I still haven't figured out quite why he went backwards, but I guess that's trial and error. I'll have to take him apart and see. This is a great way to have some hands-on, scientific-based play and end up with an adorable little robotic buddy at the end. So I really recommend this Green Sciences saltwater robot. It was really inexpensive, and I had some fun putting it together. So guys, if you want to be here for more science-based, hands-on toys and all of the top 2017 toy trends, make sure you hit that subscribe button now, otherwise you might miss out. I'm making sure to stay on top of all the best projected sellers and the things that your kids are going to be begging for you for as the 2017 year keeps going. So make sure you check us out at toynotes.com, where I'm keeping up to date there as well. And until next time, bye.